That's good morning world. Or good coming to noon, right? Good noon world time tomorrow. Hope you guys got my show I made yesterday. I get paid today, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go swimming first around like I don't know 2:30, 2:33. Then from there I'm gonna pick up my check. I'll get my beer and my smokes and my slices of bobs and yeah. Obviously. Do you think George R. R. Martin will finish his books? Maybe. Well, he's getting old though. Like you see George R. R. Martin's interviews now compared to like 10 years ago, 8 years ago. You can tell he's getting older. He looks like a bit older, obviously, and what? Like writing a book's a lot of work, and George R. R. Martin's getting old. But something tells me he'll pull it off. He'll end up finishing the books, but I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. What do you think is the real reason he's struggling to finish the book? I think he probably has writer's block. I think because he already wrote 5 books and he exhausted all his options in terms of creativity, it's tough for him to come up with an ending for his story. You can't think of a good way to end the story because he exhausted all his creativity options for his book. That's my answer. He has writer's block, or he's just lazy. He doesn't want to write the book because he just wants to enjoy his millions, the, the millions he made off his IP. He's getting older, and I made all this money. I want to just enjoy my millions. You know what I'm saying? With the money I made off my book and television show, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's my answer, but yeah. Is George R. R. Martin pretty much the king of fantasy right now? Yeah, he is. And J.K. Rowling is like the queen of fantasy, right? Obviously. J.K. Rowling is the queen of fantasy. As name one woman author that's close to Harry Potter. I don't think there is any. Obviously, J.K. Rowling's the queen of fantasy, and George R. R. Martin's pretty much the king of fantasy. Yeah. All right. What about Brandon Sanderson? Brandon Sanderson's pretty big, but Brandon Sanderson, a lot of fans love his book, but most fans will say Game of Thrones is better than Stormlight, right? Like from what I've read online and all the videos I've seen on YouTube, most people prefer Game of Thrones over Stormlight. You guys from Sarah and Malzahn too. Steven Erickson's Malzahn and Wolf Time. everyone always says Game of Thrones is either the second best or the best. Like a lot of fans go back and forth with Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings in terms of what's the greatest fantasy novel written. Even Brian Durfee goes back and forth with Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, and in his ranking list. Sometimes he has Game of Thrones ranked number one. Sometimes he has Lord of the Rings ranked number one. Mike's book reviews, he goes back and forth with Lord of the Rings 2 and Game of Thrones 2. Some of the lists he has Lord of the Rings number one. Some of the lists he has Game of Thrones number one. It's a back and forth thing, obviously. Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, right? Yeah. At least I can actually say I finished my book. George R. R. Martin, even though he's a genius and he created that beautiful world, and he wrote an amazing book. Obviously, he didn't finish his books, man. Yeah, man. George R. R. Martin didn't finish his books. Too bad, huh? I hope he does finish it before he passes away in a good maybe, I don't know, 16 years from now. I hope George R. R. Martin can just focus and just get it done. There's nothing worse than him. I don't know. He passes away in 60 years from now. He didn't finish his book series. Sorry. That's not good. Obviously, don't hang him. Yeah. But I'll be the new king of fantasy when I release Xanus. Xanus is better than Game of Thrones, guys, as you guys read, right? It's better than Game of Thrones, obviously. Well, there are some fans who might like Game of Thrones better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be cocky and be like, everyone will like my book better than Game of Thrones. No, some fans will like Game of Thrones better than my book, obviously. Ivan's book was amazing. It was a bit raw. You know what I'm saying? I like George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones better. If you like George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones better, I understand. I'm not going to judge you for it, right? Art hits everyone different ways, so there you go. But be honest, man. Did you get a different feeling reading my book than reading these other books? Yeah, I did. Yeah, my book, when you read it, you get a different feeling. There's something special, unique about it because I have to have the gift. As I showed you guys snippets yesterday, right? My book, my book is sick. I know my book is sick, man. Yeah, your writing is like cinema, even. Yeah. Your characters just come alive on the page. Yeah, courage, your highness. Bear miss. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, servant, that he's sick of a fever, resting in his chambers. I'm saying, yeah. I'll find him, your highness. Do not worry, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, your book is sick, I know. Yeah. I control this more, no, guys. I already spoiled enough of the story for you. You guys now know who the spies are. I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. You guys still don't really know what's going on. I jump all over the place, but you guys have a bit of an idea because I showed you so many parts of my book, right? Hence why Volume 3 I don't touch. Because that you guys still don't know what's going on because I didn't show you Volume 3. Obviously. Yeah, that's why I'm not showing you Volume 3. I haven't chosen Volume 3. No, I'm not showing you Volume 3. I want to spoil story for you guys. Yeah. He's Ivan, I love your book, I know. Yeah, Peter's Ivan, Mary and Cornelius, they meet in secret in the stable, and Job spies on them, and Job eavesdrops. Yeah, we can't tell any of this. Surely, especially Lithia, surely Taki is the heir. So, your prose is so beautiful. Your dialogue flows like perfectly. I know. How do you do that, Ivan? It's a gift I have. I have the gift. It's a gift I have. Yeah. Mary's a friend who requests you ask me to spy on Takas and the others, eh? I wonder what Lithia will think of you, Mary. You know what I'm saying? She won't believe you. And aren't you Eli's caretaker? Yeah, they look down on Eli a little bit because he's Eli's caretaker. Yeah. Do Mary and them look down a little bit on Job? A little bit because he's kind of like a slave. He's not a slave, but like he's Eli's caretaker, right? And there were spoiled people living in his house, and Joe was Eli's caretaker, so they looked down. You know how people look down Janners a little bit sometimes? Well, some people look down Janners. Yeah, they look down a little bit because he's a caretaker. And he's a pothead too. He's not that bright, smart of a guy. Because they make fun of him and everything. Yeah, that's why she said that, obviously. Aren't you Eli's caretaker? Like, who do you think you are, you Joe, you pothead? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Eavesdropping on us. He's like, I am, but you were the one that fetched this scheming. You know, and I'm now sick. I know. Your story's sick. I know my story's sick. He's like, this is where the rings are. I know he's where the rings are. That's where the rings are. He's like, man, you're looking at a sick movie, man. Imagine like the spy and everything, man. You're looking at a sick movie. I know, man. They spy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a sick movie, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I won't spoil stuff for you. Yeah. Sorry. Are you going to swim the Ivan? Yeah, I will. I'll go around like 2. I'll go a little bit early. I'll go around 2, swimming around 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock it opens, so I'll go around 2. And I'll swim, and after from there, I'm going to go to Denny's and get my check and my tip up. I have no money. I have 7 cents in my bank, guys. 7 fucking cents. That's how poor I am, you know. But I get paid today, so. I get my other, like, I don't know, $120 government check. So I'll have enough money until my next Denny's paycheck, obviously. And then, I should get my welfare check hopefully end of October. I hope I get it early November. I get my check, but I get like a $1,000 check. If I get a $1,000 check, I'm gonna buy my laptop because I hate watching stuff on my phone. I'm gonna buy a laptop for myself, and I might write their unique guys. I'll think about it. I might write it. Yeah, I might write it. I don't know. I might write it. When I get my laptop, I can go over my book on my laptop. I don't have to go to that place anymore, honestly. And if I do write their unique, I will show you snippets of their unique too. I'm not going to show you a bunch of it because I don't want to spoil the story for you. I already spoiled a little bit of Zane Volume 1, Volume 2 for you guys. I don't want to spoil any more story for you. That's why I'm not showing you Volume 3. I haven't chosen Volume 3, no, guys. I'm not showing Volume 3. I don't want to spoil the story for you. Is Volume 3 when shit gets real? Yes. Volume 3 is when shit gets real. It's dark and deep, man. Dark period of tactics in life, obviously. I don't want to spoil the story for you. I gave you the hints when Taki says you guys have my back, right? And then Papari is like, I'm paraphrasing, yeah, we'll fight right beside you, Tak. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I won't spoil the story for you. Because some of these shows in here will not see the Lord, they will not see Xanus. Yeah, you guys were right, yeah, but not myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You have 7 cents in your bank. Yeah, that's funny. I know. You're fucking poor. I know. It's embarrassing. I'm sick and tired of being the poor. That's why the gatekeeper's not touching money, man. Zero, man. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna let you take my money when you make all that shows. Are you fucking crazy? Yeah, man. I have to give the $200, my shitty $200 check. I have to take $60 of that and give it to my stepfather because he's a psychopath and he could easily pay the $25,000 off himself. He signed me up. All right, that's cool. Yeah, he signed me up to the thing without even letting me know. And now I have to pay it off. I have to pay $25,000 off by giving him $60 a month. Obviously, and he keeps bothering me. All right, I need the $60 for the insurance and everything. It really pisses me off. So I get like $200. I give $60 to him, and I have $140 left. You know what I'm saying? He drained a good chunk of my money, man. So wicked people. When you think I'm gonna let you take my money, you're crazy. Zero. You're not touching that money. There you go. So I have the keys. You can't guard all my days, man. This money's for me, BJ. It's not for you. That's why they trap me with death. Okay, let's scare Ivan with death. Hopefully we do him. But even then, I say no. I'd rather wake up and have to do with that. No way. Yeah. You didn't write this thing. I know you're envious of the fact that I wrote a better book than all your IPs in Hollywood and your books in the book publishing business, but I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? I wrote this book. This masterpiece is mine. The one is for me, VJ. It's not for you. You're not touching the money. There you go. All right, how much money do you make off your book? I don't know, 18 to 30 billion around that I make off the book. Or I might make maybe more, maybe 40, 50 billion. I don't know. But probably around that 18 to 30 billion range. I think 20 something billion is probably around the amount of money I made. Yeah. He's hired husbands. I made $23 million. You made $23 million off your book. Yeah, she said, holy shit. That's a lot of money, Ivan. I know, Ivan, we won the lottery with that money. I know. We can start that film studio. We can buy our yacht, our jets. Yeah, I know. We can build that $1 million house. I know. Build a $1 million house. We can buy the jets. Or 2 jets. I'll buy like a $350 million jet, a $400 million jet, and a cheaper like $75 million jet. We can get that unique 71 yacht. Like, VJ, I want to get this yacht. What do you think of this yacht? All right, that's beautiful. Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, I'll get that yacht, that unique 71 yacht, and a cheaper like $30 million yacht. We could build a $1 billion house. Like Incredibles. And VJ, once all the big stuff is paid for, everything else is now all pocket change. Yeah, I know. Yeah, obviously, because building the $1 billion house, putting $3 billion towards Xanus, buying the $400 million jet, I don't know, $75 million jet, $100 million yacht, $30 million yacht. Obviously, that's a good like, and $550 million game. That's a good like, I don't know, $5.8 billion of our money gone. But me and VJ will still have like 18 billion left in our bank. We're still good, obviously. So I make 23 billion off the book. We spend like 5.8 billion to 5.5 million dollars and all that for costs. Because I be careful where you spend the money. I know, VJ. Once this is all paid off, everything else is all pocketed. The cars, staying at the hotel, traveling around the world, that doesn't cost much. Going to events, limo services, and drivers, that's pocketing. The clothes, all pocketing, VJ. Yeah, I mean, it's still pocketed. Yeah. I make 23 billion off the book. After we pay for all that, we still have like 18 billion in our bank. I mean, you're good. And everything after that's pocket change. It won't cost as much. The vacations will cost us millions, a few $1 million, $6 million in costs. The cars will cost us a few $1 million. Going out to the bar and getting, you know what I'm saying, restaurants, buying clothes. The clothes will cost us a couple $100,000. The clothes is cheap. Everything else is all cheap. Getting all the stuff for the house and everything, that's all cheap. All cheap, Sarah. Me and VJ will be spending, close to maybe $6 billion for all that. You also have the studio lot. I'm gonna put it in maybe $350 million towards the studio lot. Yeah, we're spending like $5.8 billion of our money. Then everything after that is pocket change. We still have like 18 million in our bank. We're good. You still have billions in our bank. We're good, obviously. Yeah, more enough money to pay our bills, right? This is a good investment. I know, Ivan. I want to own like 2 high-end jets, renovate it, and I want to build that $1 million house with the VJ. Okay, Ivan. Easy. I don't want to build like a. I we can build it for 500. No, VJ. Let's build it for $1 billion. Like you want it like Incredibles 1? Yeah, I mean $500 is already high tech enough. That's already like almost like Incredible. But $1 billion is something like Incredibles, VJ. I want to build that like $1 billion house. Okay, that's what you're saying. Yeah, that's fucking nice, man. Yeah, I want to build that house. Yeah, let's build the house, VJ. A $1 billion house we build. Nice fucking house. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. Sure, yeah, let's build it. Yeah, let's build it. We build a $1 billion house. That's fucking unheard of, man. That's like John Mega, Von Jose, and all them in G1 and that job. When they walk in my house, hey, on the ground, I'm like, this is your house? I mean, this is your place, man? I'm like, yeah, holy shit, how much did you build this place for, man? This is fucking high tech, I know. I feel like shit, I was in it. It's a $1 billion house. Yeah, I built it for a lot of money, guys. Why, man, you have a nice fucking house here, man. Holy shit. I'm shocked. And when I do the party at my house, they're all gonna take videos and pictures and brag, hey, I'm at a house party right now. Yeah, we just signed our mega deal for Sky Source for the Zays movie. And we're partying up at IB's house, and all you Hall actors are left behind. Yeah, they're gonna see John Vega and Andy Serkis. They take a picture or they make a video. Yeah, they're all drunk. Yeah, I'm at a house party right now. I'm fucking drunk. They'll say, yeah, they're all drunk on my party, smoking cigars. Yeah, they're wasting those guys at my house party, right? After they sign their contracts, I take them out to dinner. Yeah. The Zays movie, yeah. They book a second one. I know what John. They book a second one. Yeah. You ever see John Boyega? G1 2's about to leave. You see John Boyega. He comes out. He comes out. He's all dressed up with his sword and everything. He's like, I'm coming with you. You know what I'm saying? I care just as much, just as much about Takis. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm ready to face my trials, Cassius. I can fight. Yeah, so you can see John Boyega. Yeah, because I've been looking at Rasmus. This is Bro of the Rings, so I know he's Bro of the Rings. It's an amazing story. Sarah? Yeah. 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 Oh, see. I'm only gonna talk for an hour, guys. Why you don't make an hour and 40 minutes videos anymore? Why? It depends on how I feel, man. Like I've been pumping out like 3 videos a day for the past like 2 weeks. So I get tired. So now I kind of dial it down to an hour. That's good enough. Yeah. 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 That's something huge living a life, man. Yeah, man. That's why it's fair with you. I choose where we live. I'm the one who made this money for me and you. I wrote my masterpiece. Yeah, Ivan, it's fair. Where you want to live, Ivan? Vancouver, Canada. Okay, Ivan. That's where we're gonna live. We're gonna live in Vancouver, Canada, obviously. Me and VJ. Nietus is what I'm talking about. Nietus is from Vancouver. He grew up there. Yeah, Ivan, Vancouver's beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful city, Nietus, obviously. But Nietus likes the States better than Canada, obviously. Obviously. Because the States has the better stuff, obviously, right? Why is the States better than Canada? What do you mean by better? Like, are you talking about like, are you talking about like, you're talking about entertainment value, like better stuff. The States does have better stuff in Canada, but in terms of um, the beauty, Canada's more beautiful. Is known as a more beautiful country. Canada is ranked like top three, the third most beautiful country in the world, man. The States is down to like number 8 or something like that. Canada is a more beautiful country than the States. It's much cleaner up here and less crime rate. So in that sense, Canada is better. But in terms of the stuff, the States has better stuff. Like the States has more stuff, obviously. The better restaurant brands, better attractions, better events. But like Canada is more beautiful. It's more cleaner up here. That's my point, right? States is pretty filthy, man. It's a filthy country, the States. The States is filthy because there's more people living there, right? Canada only has about 50 million people living here. About 50 million people population. The States has like 300 plus million people living there. Canada has like 45 million people living here. So it's not as crowded as the States. The States is fucking like the population of California is almost the entire population of Canada, man. California, I heard, has like almost 40 million people living there alone. That's like almost the entire population of our country, Canada, man. That's why the States is so filthy because it's so crowded over there. Obviously, it's a filthier country, a dirtier country, obviously. I mean, you don't talk about yeah, if the States is filthy, yeah, it's filthy, man. In Canada, you don't get that. In the only filthy city in the only city in Canada that's a little bit filthy is Montreal. Montreal is a little bit of a filthier city. But even Montreal is not New York. Like New York is a dumpster, man. New York is full of garbage. It's so crowded. It's filthy over there. I went there. I'm like, yeah, I would never want to live here, man. The States is fucking crowded. It's filthy, man. I miss my home in Canada. I remember when I went. I took the coach bus and I arrived to Canada. You know what I'm saying? We were at the customs obviously, and the one side was the Canadian people and the American people. I gave my passport to the Canadian people. The guy's like, "Welcome to Canada, sir." And I had that good feeling. Oh my God, it feels good to be back in Canada, man. Yeah, the States is not Canada, man. For me, I like Canada more than the States. I'm biased because I'm Canadian. I grew up here. When I went to the States, it was so crowded in Philly. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to live here, man. I want to live in Canada. Canada's my home. I don't want to live in the States. There you go. That's why we're not living in the States, VJ. We're living in Canada. So I'm sorry, Vancouver, Canada. That's where I want to live, Vancouver, Canada. Obviously, it's beautiful. VJ will love Vancouver. Yeah, Vancouver's beautiful. Yeah, I don't think VJ's ever been there, but Victoria Justice will love Vancouver. Vancouver's beautiful. Yeah, man, beautiful city. Port city next to the Pacific Ocean. Vancouver's very clean too, VJ. It's a very clean city. It's not filthy like Los Angeles, right? Whereas Neatus likes the States better because it has the better stuff. I get it, but I think Neatus is crazy for wanting to move to the States instead of living in Canada. Like, Neatus, man, like, the States may have the better stuff, but it's filthy over there, Neatus, man. It's filthy and dirty over there. Yeah. Yeah, in the States it's pretty filthy. Yes, it is, man. It's pretty filthy. I went there, I'm like, yeah, I'd never want to live in the States, but I prefer living in Canada, man. I love, Canada's my home. Obviously, Canada's my home, obviously, you know what I'm saying, yeah. The States has the better stuff. Like, the big four sport leagues are in the States. Hollywood's in the States. All the best theme parks are in the States. But Canada has amazing theme parks too, obviously. Canada has amazing theme parks too. They have La Ronde, they have Wonderland in Toronto. It's not like Six Flags in the States, but still they have amazing attractions in Canada too, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for sports, Canada only has the NHL and the CFL, obviously. And they have the Toronto Raptors and the Toronto Blue Jays, the MLB team, and that's it. Whereas the States has all the better stuff, obviously. The big four sport leagues, they have Hollywood. I'm saying all the big stuff's in the States, obviously. But yeah. 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 Will you build your house in Vancouver? Yeah, I will. But I have to find land though in Vancouver. I want to live in Vancouver, but I don't mind living like outside Vancouver, right? But I want to build a house in Vancouver. Whereas a studio lot, chances are it will not be in Vancouver. It might be maybe in a close city nearby, but it's in Vancouver area. You know, like just like I live in the Ottawa area. I live in Elmer, Quebec, but Elmer, Quebec is right next to Ottawa. It's like a 50-minute drive from Ottawa. You guys understand? Yeah, as you guys saw in my Tony vlog video, right? When I sat down when I sat down, you saw the river, and I showed my camera. On the other side is Ottawa. Yeah, obviously. Is the real estate agent might tell me, yeah, Ivan, we can't find any waterfront property land in Vancouver, but there is there is a couple lands in a nearby city, like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 25 minutes away from Vancouver. Yeah, that's fine. Chances are the sewer lot will not be in Vancouver. It might be Vancouver area, maybe in Burnaby, in the city nearby Vancouver. But the house I'll be building in Vancouver. Because me and VJ only need to buy a good maybe 1.5 acre land, 2 acre land. 2 acres is big enough for me to build a house, right? 2 acres worth of land. Yeah, I wanna find land to buy. I wanna build. Me and VJ wanna build our house. Okay, in Vancouver, yeah, find me land in Vancouver, and me and VJ we go we look for land, and we find our the land we want to buy. We buy the land, and then we hire an architect team in Vancouver, and then we begin planning our design, the design look of our house, obviously. Yeah, you can pay the architectural company, I don't know, $500,000. You pay the construction guys a good like $3.5 million for the construction company. That way they can they can get paid good money, obviously. That's part of the 1 million budget, obviously, right? So technically speaking, I'm putting maybe 900, I don't know, 900, like 95 million towards my house around there, right? Because the $1 billion budget towards the house, the land is a part of it. We have to buy the land. We have to get the building permits, all that stuff, right? Because if you build a house on land, you have to pay for building permits, construction safety zone, all that stuff. That all costs us money. You have to pay the architectural company for that. Then the rest of the money, but it's pretty much $1 billion, right? And the rest of the money goes towards building a house. Ryan, how much money you want to put towards your house? I don't know, about $1 billion, $1 billion towards your house. Holy shit! Yeah, if I build it for that, we'll be like Incredibles. Yeah, Ivan, no, we like something like Incredibles 1, Ivan. I know. That's unheard of, Ivan. I know. A $1 billion house. They're all shocked, like, holy shit, you're putting $1 billion towards your house? I'm like, yeah. VJ would tell me, all right, we don't have to put $1 billion. Like, that's a bit too much. We can put 500. Like, no, VJ, let's put $1 billion towards it. Let's pimp it out. We're gonna make our money back off the movie merchant game, VJ. It's a good investment, man. That way we give the Hollywood actors a good experience for Xanus. I know I'm doing. Honestly, you want to give the Hollywood actors a good experience for Xanus? Yeah, Ivan. Yeah, VJ. Even though it's a lot of our money, we still have like 18 billion in our bank. We're good. We're gonna make our 80, 100 billion off the movie merchant game. This is a good investment. I know what I'm doing. That way the actors get a better experience, and that way we have a kick-ass house, VJ. We have a beautiful house. Yeah, Ivan, let's put $1 billion towards it. Yeah, VJ, let's put $1 billion towards the house. We pimp it out, and we build a beautiful house with VJ. Yeah. Sarah? Yeah. Sarah? That's why God gave you the keys, Ivan. That way you can live this amazing life with VJ, man. If you sell the gatekeepers, Ivan, you're not going to live this life with VJ. The gates are gonna guard the door in your career. They're not going to let you make your billions, and you're not going to live. You'll live the multi-million life. I don't know, if you're worth $50 million, you and VJ can buy a $5 million house, but a $5 million house is not a $1 billion house. You make your, I don't know, $25 million off your book, Ivan, you can build your $1 billion house with VJ. You can start your from zero, and you can adapt your amazing novel into a movie, and you can fund it for $3 billion, and you have full creative freedom, Ivan. With Peter, you can pay Peter Jackson more money than what he makes in Hollywood. You don't have to worry about the Hollywood executives breathing down your neck for your IP and perhaps ruining your story, Ivan. So I don't want anyone touching my story. I want full creative control and freedom from my story. I don't want anyone touching my story. We were telling me, all right, man, you made the right choice on side, man. If you were in Hollywood, man, they only would have made your movie for maybe $350, $400 million, Ivan, and you would have lost your creative power and freedom. Yeah, you have full creative power and freedom over your brand, Ivan. Yeah, and I have full creative freedom, Ivan. I don't have to worry about this studio that's breathing down my neck, Ivan, like for other reasons in the hobby. Yeah, you have full creative freedom, Peter, with me or Mel Gibson. Mel, you have full creative freedom with me for the movie, whoever I choose, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to worry about the executives breathing down my neck for the movie. Yeah, Peter. Obviously. Peter gets full creative freedom too for the movie. We get more Toro, obviously. We work on the script, do the concept arts. Yeah, movie. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. When Peter Jackson asks for money, yeah, he might. He's greedy, man. He might want more money. Can I get a nice like $1 billion out of it? I'm like, no, Peter, you get 850. I'm not paying you more than 850. Stop being greedy. Ivan, it's nothing, man. You're gonna make your tens of billions off this. I'm like, Peter, you're not worth $1 billion of my money, man. You get 850. I'm not paying you $1 billion. You're getting greedy. So I'm saying, what about 300 million for the merch and 350 for the movie, 300 million for the merch? No, Peter, you get 250 million for the merch for the game, 200 million for the merch. That's $450 million, Peter. That's enough money. I'm not paying more money, man. Stop being greedy. You're not worth any more than this. It's a deal. I just messed you, man. Yeah, that's a 1.0 deal, Peter. Stop being greedy. Yours in money, 1.3 in like Canadian money, 1.6 in your New Zealand money. That's like 800 something $1 million in your bank after taxes and your agents or managers cut, Peter. Stop being greedy. It's a deal with me. That's a lot of gold. I know, a lot of gold. You happy with that money? I am happy with that, man. I mean, you're gonna be bulls how hard. Lord of the Rings, I only made like $250. I know, Peter. This is way more than we made for Lord of the Rings. I gave you a $3 million budget too, Peter. Yeah, you gave me on the budget. Yeah, I gave you on the budget. Was Lord of the Rings, they gave you 300 million for the 3 movies. Yeah, Ivan, man, like your budget for Xanus is 10 times the budget of my Lord of the Rings, Ivan. I know. I only made the 3 movies for $300 million. I bought $300 million, Ivan. And you're making each volume for $1 billion each? I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit. Yeah, and I tell him how much money I'm putting towards all the stuff. He's all shocked, Peter. Yeah. Ivan, you're putting 600 million towards special effects and visual effects for each of the movies? I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit. Looking at a beautiful world, unheard of battle scenes, and unheard of horror, Ivan. The demon wolves and bats. No. Ivan, the demonic characters are going to look amazing in your movie, Ivan. I know. Like, if you think my orcs or the rings look amazing, You're looking at something 3, 4, 5 times better than that Ivan. I know. They're gonna be doubles, Ivan. I know, Peter. Ivan, this is gonna be Brand Mother of the Rings. Don't be Brand Mother of the Rings. Masterpiece, man. Emma. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Ivan, show us more. No, guys, man. I already showed you. I already spoiled a little bit of Volume 1 and Volume 2. I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. Yeah, you did. Yeah, I spoiled a little bit of the story for you. I don't want to spoil anymore. That's why I can't show you Volume 3. Otherwise, I'm going to spoil everything for you, man. That's why Volume 3, I'm not showing you shit. I want to spoil the story for you. You guys have an idea what's going on, but you still don't know what's going on. You don't really know what's going on, obviously. You don't really know what's going on, obviously, right? But you do have an idea because I did spoil a bit of I spoiled a bit of information about the spies. You guys now have an idea why Tackers is in a dungeon, but you don't really know. I didn't show you the bigger scenes in the Lithia chapter, and you don't know what happens with the other stuff. But you guys have an idea of what's going on, but you're still a bit confused because I'm jumping all over the place. Obviously. But Volume 3, you guys don't have a clue. That's why I didn't show you Volume 3. I won't spoil stuff for you. We'll see what we remember, guys. Well, I mean, how do you do it, man? There's something unique about your story. Like, the characters just come alive of age, I know. Alright. She won't believe you, and aren't you Eli's caretaker? I am. But you were the one that fetched this scheming, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's been nothing but good to me, and you stand here with your conspiring and lies, trying to hide. You know what I'm saying? What Joe told Mary, he said, Ivan, your book is sick. I know my book is sick, man. It's a sick book, son. Yeah. It's a sick book, my book. Yeah. It's a sick book. Alright, I love your book. I know my book is sick, I'm saying. Sick book, man. Sick book. I'm done playing your games. Tell me where it is or I'll slit your throat. That's how you know Cassius has a deep love towards Tactius and Tacitonius. Why? Because he loves Tactius more. Well, I mean, he loves both of them. I don't explain in the book, he loves Tacitonius and Tactius a lot. But because Tactius is the Prince of Xanus, he has more of a care for Tactius, obviously. But he loves both his cousins. He even loves Tacitonius a lot, too. As he told Tacitonius, no, Tacitonius, you're not coming with me. It's too dangerous. You're not ready yet. Cassius believed Tacitonius was not ready yet. And Tacitonius is like, I've learned. You know what I'm saying? You taught me everything I know. I'm ready to face my trials. I can fight. And Cassius is like, you won't survive. Yeah, it's dangerous outside the walls, Tacitonius. Tacitonius is like, I want to help. I care about Tactius just as much as you do. You know what I'm saying? He's like, stubborn one you are, cousin. You're just like your stubborn one you are, Tacitonius. You're just like your cousin. Yeah. Obviously. So Tacitonius and Tactius and Tacitonius are stubborn. Yeah, they are. They don't really listen to Cassius that much, as you saw in Young Tactius, right? They wandered off and they were causing ruckus in the brewer. When they're older, they're no different. They don't listen either. Yeah, yeah. He's like, stubborn when you are. He's like, fine. He's like, you can come with me, but make sure you stay close beside me. I'm paraphrasing, yeah. And Tacitus goes with Cassius, obviously. Yeah. Is Tacitus a powerful warrior? Yes, he is. He's one of the most powerful warriors in Xanus, obviously. Number one is Tactius. He's the best swordsman in the land. You'll see what I mean. Look, I won't spoil the sword for you. And then Maramis and Cassius are pretty much equals. They're second after Tactius, and Tacitus is number three after those guys. He's number three. And you have the rest of the Xanian army, who I don't mention their power levels. In terms of power levels, Tactius is number one, greatest swordsman in Xanus. And second is Cassius and Maramis. They're pretty much equals, but they have two different forms of fighting. Maramis is a range fighter with a bow and arrow. Cassius is a melee fighter with a sword. Like you have Aragon and Legolas example, and you have Tacitus, who's number three, and Tacitus does both. Tacitus is an amazing archer. He's also an amazing sword fighter. Ivan, does Tactius fight with his bow and arrow? No, he doesn't. Tactius is melee. He fights with his sword. Tacitus does both. He mastered the arts in range and melee, close-up battle. He fights with his bow and arrow. He also fights with his sword, Tacitus. Whereas Tactius doesn't fight with his bow and arrow. He just fights with his sword. You'll see when you read the book. I won't spoil the story for you, right? When you read the story, right? I won't spoil the story for you. Your book is sick. My book is sick. Yeah. Yeah. Almost done it, guys. Talk for like, I don't know, 7 minutes, I'm done. Yeah. 5 is Aratat more powerful than Ephesus? You'll find out when you read volume 3. I won't spoil it for you. Yeah. Ephesus is very powerful, though. Very powerful. Aratat's very powerful too. Fuful's powerful too. Yeah. All I'm going to say is that Cassius and Tacitus cannot take those guys. Obviously, that's not a spoiler. It's common sense. Like Tacitus and Cassius cannot defeat like Aratat and Fuful and Ephesus. No, they can't defeat those guys. But the other wolves, like Morale the General is very powerful. Him and Cassius are pretty much like equals, right? I won't spoil the story for you. Bull the Pit Watch was very powerful too. Tacitus fights Bull in the war, and Cassius fights Morale the General in the war. So in the movie, you're going to see John Boyega fighting Bull the Pit Watcher, and Xanus fights Morale the General in the army. So I'm giving those guys their time to shine. Even though the main intention will be on me fighting Aratat, you're going to see the big battle with Tacitus, with John Boyega one-on-one against Bull the Pit Watcher, and Xanus against Morale the General. So I'm going to give them their time to shine in the war too, obviously. Yeah, man. That's why they're going to be legends, man, fighting all those devils, man. Yeah, man, those demon beings. Yeah. But I will make a few changes. Like Peter, in the book, Aratat cuts off Bull's arm, as you guys read. In the movie, he cuts off a part of his finger. You want to make that change? Yeah, we can make that change. Yeah, they cut off a part of Bull's finger. In the book, they cut off his arm. I want a better battle scene with John Boyega, so let's have him cut off. Yeah, have him cut off a part of his finger. Right, we can make that change. Yeah, we make minor changes. And the book, as you guys read, Aratat just walks and he yells to the army We shall march to the land of Saphis and kill the humans. In the movie, I'm thinking something like Saruman and Two Towers when he spoke to that army. We can make that. Yeah, please, we can make that change. You want it like something like my Two Towers? Yeah, we don't copy Two Towers. We make it something similar to that. Okay, Ivan. I mean, Peter, you're looking at an army double that size. Yeah, you're looking at an army double than what you saw in Lord of the Rings, Ivan. And they're all devils, man. And he says we're gonna march to the land of Saphis and kill the humans. And they're demons at that line. I'm like, yeah, he's like, holy shit, man, this is a match, man. This is what the rings are. Okay, it's Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Peter, I don't mind making some minor changes, but don't do drastic changes to the story, Peter. Like, follow the DNA story. Don't do major changes. Obviously, in the book, Aratet has an axe. In the movie, I want him to have a sword. To make that change. Okay, Ivan. Yeah, a minor change, obviously. I'm sorry. But don't do drastic changes, Peter. I'm sorry. Yeah. Don't do drastic changes. You have to tell me that the way you know. Laura Mel Gibson. Yeah. Because Ivan, I have a lot of ideas for your story, Ivan, for your battle scenes. Yeah, Ivan, you're looking at a war that will blow my Helmsley War out the water, Ivan, with this technology. I know, Peter. No, Ivan, seriously, man, for Lord of the Rings, we only put like $35 million towards visual effects, Ivan. And the Helmsley War was amazing. You're putting $600 towards visual effects for each volume, Ivan? I'm like, yeah, he's like, holy shit. He's like, Ivan, the amount of money you're putting towards visual effects is almost my entire budget of The Hobbit, Ivan. My whole Hobbit trilogy, Ivan. We made The Hobbit for like $645 million, Ivan. I know, Peter. Ivan, you're looking at an amazing war. Amazing battle scenes, Ivan. I know. Like the scene when Cassius tells Tacitonius the wolves are here, obviously. The wolves are here, obviously. I'm thinking something kind of like Return of the King in the battle as Gilead. They hear the wolves and they hide in the trees or something like that. And they hide. Yeah, I'm thinking something like that. In the book, they don't do that, but in the movie, they hide behind the trees, and they're all scared. And the wolves are approaching. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you have to tell people that the way he knows. I'm sorry. To show the fear of the wolves, I want to do a scene where they shows the fear of the wolves. They're vulnerable in wolf territory. Please, man, like you think so you want something like us Gilead, but in an era, if full and 25 wolves approach, and they're all scared behind the trees. I'm like, yeah, man, you're looking at an amazing movie. There are demons like that, Ivan. I'm like, yeah, he's like, holy shit, the world's gonna fill for you guys, Ivan. This is gonna be better than my Lord of the Rings. I know it's better than Lord of the Rings. I'm saying. Mel Gibson, this is better than my Patrick Rice. I know Mel is better than Patrick Rice. What do I choose, right? Yeah, Mel Gibson or Peter. I don't know who I'll choose. I might choose Mel, guys. I talk about Peter more, but I might go for Mel Gibson. I hate Peter. I'm saying, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. That's why it's the best fan novel written. Always the best story ever told, obviously. And I'll be crowned the new king of fantasy. Right now, the king of fantasy in the modern day is pretty much George R. R. Martin. But I told you, with George R. R. Martin, even though he is like the American Tolkien and he's the king of fantasy, he did not finish his fantasy series yet. So if he doesn't finish his fantasy series, that's not good on George R. R. Martin, obviously, right? George R. R. Martin has to finish his fantasy series. I'm talking to you, George. You gotta finish your fantasy series for your fans, right? They've been waiting for 13 years. You gotta get it done. You don't want to go down as the author who wrote your masterpiece, your Game of Thrones, and you didn't complete your fantasy series, George. Just say, don't hate him, son. But at the end of the day, it's his choice. George R. R. Martin is not the fan's bitch, right? If he wants to take his time writing the book, it's up to him, obviously, right? Don't hate him, son. Hey, it was really good, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. I'm out signing off. Peace. Don't hate him, son. Peace out, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this show.